Well, it's time for another comparison. Now that I have my iPhone 10 or iPhone X or whatever the heck they want to call it versus my iPhone 7 Plus, we're going to do another video comparing the video between those two cameras and the camera I'm using right now, which is the Canon G9X, which is my go-to camera for the vlog here. So we're going to go through the same thing that I did a year ago, where we'll just do them side by side, and I'll switch the video as we go, and you can see which one you think is better. The big hope for me here is on the new iPhone X that the audio has been fixed, because that was my big problem with the 7 Plus, is the audio is still not good. It's kind of late in the day. Not really though, it's only 2:30, but being in Washington State and being in November, it feels like it's almost 7. So but there's enough sun, so this shouldn't be too bad, and we'll do this. There's only 3 cameras, so we'll get through it quick. Let's go. Okay, well, so we've got the iPhone 7 Plus and we've got the iPhone X. They both are doing 1080, 60 frames per second, and yes, the iPhone X can go up to 4K bigger, but we'll test that in a minute. But first off, we wanted to test these two together. And I'm doing kind of the same pattern that I did last year, as you can see, and I'm going to shift again the audio from each one and the video from each one, so you get a really clean view of what it's like. I'm just walking around in the backyard here. I think last year we went over here and there was a spider, if I remember right. So definitely a different time of year, but there's some pictures for you. Let's get close in here. So we're both on, they're right next to each other, so they're not exactly the same thing, but that is the same piece of bush. So that's a good question, if it looks different or the same. On the screens, it looks completely different. You wouldn't know that's the same bush. The 7 Plus is much more washed out, where the X is really actually like real life. Crazy. Anyway, so we'll walk over here, and then while I'm walking, I'll tell you, the 7 Plus is bouncing around on the screen, and I know it's got optical stabilization, but boy, the new iPhone X is clean. You wouldn't even know I was walking up based on the screen. But here, let's get deep on this. We'll go in here like this. So kind of the same. But let's see if we can get really close on the bark. Different parts of the tree. But I didn't even touch the screen to focus, just to get you some perspective there. I'm gonna run, not run, but I'm gonna walk a little faster just to test stabilization here. Let's see. So again, this is iPhone 10 versus the iPhone 7 Plus, and yes, the kids are working in the backyard like they should every day. They're very angry at me right now. You stalker. All right, so there's a good test. Let's see some wood grain. So there we go. And then there's people in the sunset. See how they look any different? Yeah, whatever. We'll do a little bit more. So next we will do the Canon versus the iPhone X. And the last video had all those other cameras that we were doing, but we've already kind of eliminated a lot of those. So now it's going to be the iPhone X against the G9X. Let's find out who's better. Okay, well, here we are again. We've got the iPhone X on my left hand, same hand as the last time, and I've got my handy dandy Canon G9X, which is again our go-to camera for the vlog, here in my right hand. And we're just gonna walk. We're gonna do the same pattern so we get a good compare. It's not exact, but it's pretty good for just normal use. Get you a good compare. So the video on the G9X on the screen is really even. More even than the iPhone X. That's that stabilization that's built into those little cameras. We're gonna go to the same bush. Here we go. We'll go to the other bush. Let's look at this bush. So there's the bush. Again, it's a little bit of a challenge. Always has been a challenge with the G9X to focus quickly, where the iPhone seems to just focus, which is pretty nice. But there's that same piece of fuzz. Oh, it's actually, they're both, that's a different piece of the plant. Each of them have a different piece. Let's see if we can try to get the same piece. It's not ever going to work because it's different angles, right? But there's the same centerpiece, different angles. Okay. All right. Now we are going to walk over here. And again, the screen on the iPhone is stunning, but that's expected. Let's go on this side. Go over here. Do this side of the tree. Yeah. Again, I don't know how the audio is. That's my big thing. The videos are pretty good, but I will say that the Canon's has always been much more stable than any of the iPhones. But anyway, we'll do what we did before. We're gonna walk a little faster in the backyard here. We'll stare at the kids real quick as they fight each other. How about that? There we go. Rake fight. Those are awesome. Oh, good. Good action. Okay. Oh, nice. Dude's trying to get in there. Cupcake's not doing very well. Anyway, now I'm back looking at you through the Canon because it's my go-to. So I'm just going to use this. Something to note about the Canon, the mic is on the top and it's very close to where people's faces are when you're walking around with it. So it inherently picks up a lot of good audio from me, but at the same time, it does pick up better audio. But the iPhone X, I had the mic pickups made sure they were about the similar distance from me as the G9X was. So anyway, you can hear a lot more cars in the background. Someone just let out down the street. So we're not going to do the 4K compare because I don't have a really good compare for 4K on the G9X because it doesn't go that high. The G9X is just 1080 at 60 frames per second. So that's just comparing apples to apples, or apples, Granny Smith apples to Fuji apples, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see what it looks like here when I put it all together. And I have no idea what it'll look like, but maybe you'll see it when I see it. So we'll take a look, and we'll see if I'm going to start using my iPhone more for the vlog.